My name is Teni Stuffman. I'm the Business Development Director for VAS2Nets Technologies. We are mobile aggregators, basically, and what we do is we, in a layman's term, we try to connect providers, content providers, to the networks, or we also connect content providers to the banks for payment purposes. So basically we are the intermediary between the content providers, the merchants, and then the regulators, the operators, and the payment gateways. Yeah. VAS2Nets is in Nigeria, basically. That's where we operate from majorly. But then we are now in Ghana. We are also in Cameroon, and our focus really is Africa. For now, we believe that there is so much to do in Africa. Africa is still very green, so why do we need to go to a country where a lot of things are already good and up and going? You know, so we want to put all our investment, all our effort in building the West African region, and some, maybe eventually we'll move to other parts of Africa, but majorly West Africa and central part of Africa. Africa is very unique in its own way, such that we are very tech compliant. Surprisingly, any new thing goes viral easily in our kind of region, right? And it just shows that consumers are in support of development, especially when it comes to mobile, right? Regardless, we have challenges here and there when it comes to, sometimes even regulations, or even making sure that the product is right for the consumer. So yeah, but then it just shows that there is this thirst for development where we come from. There is this thirst for more. So you're challenged every day to be able to bring something of value. Right now, in our market, it's easy for you to say, I take that back. It's not easy for you to say, I'm just going to spend my 50 naira, for just any service. You want to know why you want to spend the money on whatever the service is. You want to know whether it's going to bring you value or not. So it just shows that as technology is growing, consumers are growing with it in our region, and they want change. Everybody wants what is good for the developed world, right? In our own part of the world as well. So we're looking forward to what is up and running in America, in Europe, and then we want to deploy it also in Africa. And the consumers are actually welcoming. It's the culture. We are different, and we are uniquely different in the sense that so it's the way products are packaged in the Western world, right? It's interesting, it's easy, I want to believe, but in our own part of the world, you have to break it down. You have to explain to the consumer why he or she should buy your product in the first place. Number one, you have to be able to convince your consumer that whatever it is you're offering is of great value. And interest. Right now in our part of the world, our interest is very dynamic. So today you may come and you may think, this is happening in this part of the world, let's just bring it up, and then you'll be disappointed that no, what they are interested in is basic needs, i.e. perhaps energy, security, anything that has to do with entertainment, gossips and all that may not be as may be much more interesting for a consumer in our region than any other thing, right? And then some of the solutions that are easy to that happens in other region cannot easily come to our region because of the regulatory standards as well. That's another challenge, right? So we know that the payment channels, which is carrier billing, and now we are venturing into bank billing and all that, but majorly carrier billing is also not as friendly as it's in the Western world. So, and it's not the fault of the channel, the networks. It's basically because consumers are complaining every day. Like I said, before you want to spend your 50 naira or your 10 pesos on any content, you want to know what value is bringing you. And we noticed that in the Western world, perhaps people don't really care about how much is being taken from their own airtime. But in our own country, if 1 naira is deducted from your airtime, you want to know why. It's not. it's not that interesting to just bring a solution. You want to learn the culture of the people. You want to know what they need and be able to provide what they need for them so they can embrace it and there can be sustainability, right? I'd also noticed that the mistake we make sometimes is we usually assume that, because it's IoT, let's just do, what everybody else is doing, or because it's, anything. Well, we don't necessarily think on how the products can be sustainable. We create products based on immediate needs, but like I said, we are dynamic people. Our product changes per time, so we should try and endeavor to create products that is that brings in like an ecosystem that can make you want to grow from, okay, now today you're doing a USSD, what can you add to the USSD to make it better? Is it, I don't know, several other opportunities, because the consumer is also growing with it. So for us, we are interested in networking. We're also interested in bringing, we're interested in partnering with providers that have rich content that want to bring it to our own region. Like I said, we have to study the content properly before we even allow them to be deployed in the first place. Secondly, we're also interested in learning. Right, like our own kind of customers are very dynamic and versatile, so we want to be ahead of them. We want to be the ones that will come back and say, oh, have you heard of this? And then sample their opinion about it. Or do they really like it? Would they want us to do it? And then we now start the services. Also, we know that, okay, so blockchain technology, IoT, AI are the in thing now. And we want to know what has been done in that line. We want to be able to learn from it and then see what solutions we can also birth, in the future. And for now, our immediate goal is to be able to deploy solutions around blockchain and also AI. Agriculture is very key in Africa, and we need to build an ecosystem, right? And we need to be able to look at people that are thirsty for the ecosystem and to form partnership with them. We have started a project called Emagri, and the Emagri is actually to help a farmer expand beyond providing for his family. We want to be able to make sure the farmer has sufficient information, has enough loan or money or resources that are necessary to do the production, to farm. We want to be able to make sure that there are agro-allied companies that are providing sufficient fertilizers, pesticides, and all that for the farmer, and make sure that our farmer is a well-rounded farmer, i.e. he has insurance, he has health, he has every basic thing that a farmer should have, and then he can be able to provide to the community. And there is sustainability, like I was saying, is a chain, so we need people to start looking at the direction of providing services that are not just for the immediate need, but services that can help the common goal of an ecosystem. So basically, I'm preaching that people should start looking at Emagri now and mHealth, and we need partners. We are willing to work with a lot of people that has the same interest like we have, right?